And they were handing out ice cream. They had 9 Square going. And there was just a whole bunch of groups, just interacting with each other because it was the first night. Nobody really knew each other.
So I was actually following Sojourn on Instagram when I became a freshman.
I was handing out chocolate and donuts, and he was just like, "How you doing?"
He yelled at me on the quad to come play 9 Square with everybody, and I initially said no, but I came back immediately because I was a freshman very early to my first class.
Reached out to Lindsay at Northeastern and got coffee with her, just to kind of, have a little bit more sense of home at Northeastern.
So like every single place she would go, I would just like follow her because I didn't know anybody else. And so Shannon just dropped me off with Sarah, and she was like, "Hey, this is Sarah." She told me later that's because she was like, "You needed a community."
And it was just like the most awkward conversation ever. I don't even remember what we talked about, but he invited me to a park the next day where Nate and Sarah and Maddie were hanging out. I was like, I'll check him out.
I think it was at tie-dye last year, yeah. And then I did capture the flag that night. And then I think I did the coffee. I don't remember when, but I did it after that.
Was that brewed maybe a month ago? I think it was a month ago.
My sister actually wanted me to go, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I will. And then I went, and I had the most fun I've had in a really long time. So I really enjoyed being able to hang out with you guys that night.
But it really went from her simply just asking how my first couple weeks of school were. I was a freshman at the time. How are you doing during COVID? Like, how are you doing finding friends? Like, I've never met this woman before, so I'm like, why does she care so much about my life? So, and then it turned into, a couple hour later, it's like you never even wanted to leave the table because you were learning so much about yourself the first time you're meeting someone. So.